This video will present the scheduling calendar, a new module in Avatar that will be rolled out to clinics over the next 18 months. This video is not meant to replace a training session, only to introduce you to the new capabilities that the scheduling calendar will provide. A much more in-depth series of videos will accompany the rollout at your clinic. The scheduling calendar will be used by both clinical and front desk staff, although the way that they use the calendar will be slightly different. The main form that you will be using is called the scheduling calendar. Search for this the way you would find any form. The main section of the scheduling calendar is the calendar itself. This is where you will see all client appointments and non-client appointments, such as staff meetings or unavailable time. You will only be able to schedule in the white portion. The gray portion is unavailable time. This will be set up for each person at a clinic and will reflect their current schedule. Staff at each clinic will be able to change this if your schedule changes. On the left, you will be able to select the calendar of a clinician at your site. Only clinical staff will appear here, even though approved front desk or clerical staff will be able to access this calendar. You can select multiple staff members to see their calendars side by side, either to compare schedules or to move appointments between clinicians. If you work at multiple sites, you can select the site you wish to schedule for from the drop-down menu above this. This operates in a very similar way to other calendars in that you can see the day, week, and month view. To create an appointment, click and drag to block off time, then right-click and select Add Appointment. You can also just right-click to add a new blank appointment and enter the time in later. In the Add New Appointment form, search for your client, then select the episode. There are a few read and required sections, but most of these are automatically defaulted from the episode selected. Search for the service code that you will use for this appointment. This service code will carry over into the progress note that you will be writing later. If a group service code was selected, then the client section will be grayed out, and you will be required to look up your group. Having an accurate group registration will be essential, as this ties into the progress note later. The service code and duration can always be changed when you write the progress note, and a service charge is not entered until you finalize the note. This means that if you create the appointment thinking you'll do one service, but actually end up providing another service, you can easily change this when you write the progress note. You can also add appointment notes, which will not appear on the progress note or in the clinical chart. These can serve as a reminder for you or others that look at this appointment. These notes can also appear on reports or widgets as well. The scheduling calendar will allow you to block off time for non-client appointments, such as lunch, meetings, or personal leave. You can also indicate OD or drop-in intake hours from this calendar as well. Once you have entered your schedule, you can search for appointments that the client has, run reports on the staff schedules, client schedules, or the clinic schedule for a specific time period. Appointment reminders can be run at the push of a button and can be printed as a reminder to your client. When the client arrives, you can check in the person for their appointment. Usually, this will be done by the front desk staff. Checking in the client for their appointment puts a visual indicator on the appointment, and if it is done by someone who is not the practitioner, it alerts them with a pop-up window. There are several widgets that allow you to see your schedule for the day, the schedule for your clinic, and the schedule for the client across several sites. When you are finished seeing the client, you can use the information in the appointment to write your progress note. When writing a progress note, select Existing Appointment instead of New Service. This makes a drop-down menu become active. This menu will contain all of the appointments for this client and episode that do not yet have a note written for them. Selecting one of these appointments will automatically enter the date of appointment, program, and service code into your progress note. You can then change the service code if the actual service provided was different than what was indicated in the appointment. You are also asked for the face-to-face and dock and travel time, in case that was different as well. You can expect more training and specific videos on the various features of the scheduling calendar, and each clinic will have training on site to support this implementation. Expect to hear more about the scheduling calendar in the coming months.